and for those of you who don't know, we found out in the finale that Monica and a couple of other people was actually running this troll account where they basically used to say things or expose things about these women. Now, the ladies are to the point now where they don't want to film with Monica at all. They can't move forward with her. Do you think what she did is really unforgivable?
Yes. Yes.
No.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
No.
Yes.
No. I think what she did is unforgivable. I think what she did is unforgivable to Shah. But what she did to those ladies is not unforgivable. Because what she did to those ladies is say the shit that they say to each other behind each other's back on a regular. Y'all get over that. I mean, y'all just need somebody to push blame on so that y'all can have your moment.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're trying to isolate her because they don't have Jen.
Because they don't. And they know that she brought the show this season. However, what she
I think producers brought the show too. Because they had no choice. And they lied.
Listen, Gallo, producer.
If I was a producer, I'm about my money. Listen.
Whoever bought it, they bought it, bitch. And we enjoyed it. Here's what we're talking about it right. I'm going to tell you what I think Monica messed up at. I think when she brought that burn book out during part 3 of the finale, what she should have included in that is messages where those women have messaged that same account and gave her or them dirt on the other women. Because we've learned that's how this happened. They purposely sometimes feed information to these troll accounts with the intentions of trying to cut off. We know firsthand because one of them actually used to message our old boss on our old platform, trying to get him.
We never had a boss. Don't say that.
I was about to say that. I was just your other co-host.
Don't be delusional, Maurice.
Your other co-host.
Our moderator. How is that better? Is that better?
Our host.
Your editor.
Our producer.
We were all co-hosts.
Right. And so what she should have did was she should have exposed them in that way. Okay, Lisa messaged the account and said this. Meredith messaged the account and said this. That's what she should have did.
But do you think that she did that to save them? Do you think that she didn't want to go that deep? Because even Andy asked her, do you have more that you want to say? Is there anything you want to say?
Well, why, Trey?
Why
do you think she would want to save them, though?
Because she may have thought that it may went too far.
I don't think she thought that.
I don't think she cared, but I think Andy was over it at one point, and he kind of like shut it down. Especially when she said, "I told the producer." He kind of like, it was producers in the background were like.
In
his in-ears. Exactly.
He even adjusted his body. He was like, when did they say that? Like,
and I think she may have saved some of it because maybe she thought, to your point, Trey, that, okay, I'm going to potentially come back. They're not going to fire me. So let me save a little bit of juice. Let me save a little bit of this dirt. But as we've heard so far, she's just going to be put on ice in timeout for just a little bit. After having such a spectacular, mind-blowing season, I do want to warn Salt Lake City to not do the same thing that happened with the Real Housewives of Atlanta. So you guys remember with Kandi and Phaedra and how, all of that stuff had happened between them. Kandi put her foot down. No, I'm not filming with Phaedra anymore. And I think that caused a rift. And that was when we started seeing like a big decline when it came to Atlanta, because we had all of that big drama. And then we followed up with another season. It was just kind of like, damn, bitch, like maybe we were cheated out of, an interaction between them. What do you guys think? Do you think Salt Lake City runs into having that same problem with Atlanta, or you think they'll be okay?
I think
balloons.
I don't know where they.
When you do a peace sign or something, it's you gotta do the update though. You gotta do the update.
I think I did that.
I never knew that.
Anyway,
I'll say this. I think Salt Lake City should have took pointer from what Jersey did and what Miami did. When Teresa was away, they stopped for a whole season until she got back because they knew better. Miami stopped. Miami shut down for a while.
Dallas is allegedly out right now.
Yeah, so like I think they should have done that because I just think this season was great for television, but it didn't embody what Real Housewives are. She wasn't a housewife. She wasn't friends with any of them.
But she went to jail. She was.
But I'm saying like she wasn't at that status. I just don't think it matched up to the level. Like that'd be like putting Kyle Richards' assistant on Beverly Hills. No, you wouldn't do that. Like,
no, you wouldn't.
You could find women that are elite. I just feel like if it was truly about like what the Housewives are about, bickering over like more stupid stuff and catty stuff, and shady stuff, it couldn't find that. So they had to go.
Hold up, Gallo. Like Mary told them at the reunion, I was in my house. I didn't need this show.
What I'm saying is, I was in my house before this show. I didn't need this to get like you got your house after the show.
Who did? After my business.
You both did.
And after my
I did.
What
Not.
did
I had my house
when
before.
Mary said that, I screamed.
No, I screamed too.
I'm not like you ladies. I didn't have to have this show to have a house. I already had my house.
It's true though.
What do you guys think needs to happen for season 5 of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City?
Mary needs to come back full time. No. Mary need to have, what is it, a flake? She has a flake. Okay, next season we do need to bring Monica back. I do. I think it needs to be the same cast and just add Mary.
If they don't bring Mary back, I do think that she needs to be a solid friend of Monica to carry on whatever unnecessary drama they're going to have.
Dumbass.
I think that they should keep Monica, and I do think that they should bring Mary back full time. But if they don't, I do think she should be a friend of Monica.
Okay,
but
I'll say this.
My friend over here, Gallo, is
go ahead, Gallo.
I'll tell you more. I'll tell you more.
Coming back. She needs to keep coming back until Jen comes back out.
No, because she ain't her replacement. No, Monica ain't nothing compared to what Jen Shaw is.
To me.
No,
you cannot take from that. You can't take from Monica that
she gave something because she was doing a job. She wasn't doing it organically. It's not like just how they say her and her mom are really friends and they played it all up.
That drama would be insane.
Yeah, but that's not what it is because that goes to the point of how Beverly Hills got dark. And then they had to lighten it up because it gets so dark. It's unhealthy. Like it's not.
I don't think it would get to that.
I think it would.
Think about whenever they bring somebody new in any of these franchises. If we go to Potomac, right? I'm gonna use NECA for an example. It was an unnecessary drama she had with Wynn for no particular reason. It just happened. It had to happen, right? If you go down to Atlanta, even when we brought Marlo, like she's not somebody who's new, but we knew about her, right? It was just unnecessary drama that she had with certain individuals. Of course, it was going to be something. So I don't think we should take away the fact that Monica, she did a job. Yes, she did a job. She did what she was needed to entertain us, but she also came with some things. Like she has a storyline. If you think about it, she does have drama going on with her mama. She does have kids. She has stuff that she could provide to the show. Of course, her first season may have been a little shaky because of where she started, who she knew, but don't give up on her because she is good for the show.
No, I give up on her. And I'll say this, I think Angie needs to go. I think Monica needs to stay away forever.
I think Whitney need to go.
I'll put this. I think Whitney kind of could go, but I don't think they're going to because she's one of the originals. But I feel like Angie, she's riding Jen's coattail. She's trying to be what Jen was. And like Mary said to Angie, you've been here for one season. Will you shut up?
Yeah.
Like
you just got here.
You just got here. Like no one's talking to you. And you're talking like you've been here for 5 seasons.
I have a question for you, Gallo.
Yeah.
If producers came to you and said, Gallo, we're going to keep either Monica or we're going to keep Angie.
Ooh.
Who can we keep?
Angie. Because she's an actual housewife with a brand and has money. And if she fits the mold, it's just she's boring.
She just gives us what somebody already gives us. Monica gives us something that's different from anybody else's.
Yeah.
Yes, but that's like
so
picking someone from the show.
Let's just
that's
get
like
her married.
It's like watching the Real World.
Latina. We could find me.
It's like watching the Real World. I mean, go on MTV. This ain't the Real World. This is Housewives.
Gallo.
Monica was married and fit the mold.
She ain't got to be married. She got to be married because a lot of these women ain't married.
No, you don't have to be married. It's not about. You got to be at a status.
So she should be there. She don't deserve to be there. She don't fit in like what she kept saying. She's not on their level.
I don't think so. No, I mean it is what it is. I'll defend Angie on this point. Angie said, "Hey, I have businesses. I've been doing this. Like you can't take that away from people that run like multi-million-dollar businesses. It is a different elite status. You can't compare compared.
But every housewife didn't always have a status or business.
They didn't.
Now.
Yeah, they didn't. But you gotta remember this: in the beginning of the Housewives, and I'm not saying so much Salt Lake City. I'm talking about more like New York, Atlanta, Orange County. They were more because this was all new. This wasn't even a brand. After years, this is a brand. This is a vision, and this is not the vision. This is just I don't know what this is. This is just producers to get ratings and to get their paychecks paid.
Think about one of the most popular housewives, Portia. Portia came to Atlanta Housewives. She didn't have no businesses. The girl was as dumb as a box of rocks, right?
Don't do Portia like that, Trey.
No. Maurice, vouch
he loves Portia.
I love Portia down, okay? But when she first got there, it was no business. And she really had a shaky marriage that we really weren't sure if her husband was even straight.
She was still at that status. Well, no, I mean, she elevated more, but she was already elevated by being married to who she was married to.
This is what I feel. I feel that Monica is definitely about to have a rag to riches story.
Well, you sold yourself to the devil, yes.
What makes her so relatable to regular people who watch the show is I think when they look at her, despite the negative piece of it, they see themselves. They see someone who's trying to elevate, who's trying to establish a brand, who's trying to make it. And as she said at the reunion or in recording, Kim Kardashian started as a fucking assistant.
But she wasn't on a show.
But she was still connected to people. Wasn't she Brandy's assistant or something like that?
She was Brandy's assistant that she stole from Brandy. Yeah, go ahead. So I mean, she basically did the same thing that Kim Kardashian did. If you want to think about it.
Exactly. I think her origin story is probably what doesn't sit too well with you, Gallo, because with Jen.
Right.
At the end of the day, in the beginning of the morning, this bitch is about to come up.
I just hope she makes her money right. It's not just all fame. There's so many famous reality stars, and I got a pot to piss in.
My personal opinion, I think Mary should stay as a friend. I want Mary to be able to come and go, so she can stay in a good life. They should keep Monica, but what we've heard so far is that there are 2 new women who are supposed to be filming with the ladies season 5.
They've already scheduled when they're about to start filming?
Yeah, in February.
So when does Atlanta start? They still ain't told them babies about their job.
Unless they have, and they haven't said anything yet. But
one last thing before we go. Let's talk about Heather for a minute and this black eye. Okay.
Listen, yes.
The hypocrisy of it all. For Heather to sit here and say that she was protecting Jen when Jen was out of prison. For Heather to say she didn't know how she got the black eye, which he's basically told us that it was a lie and that Jen gave it to her, but she doesn't know how Jen gave it to her exactly. She basically went on with a lie for a long time, possibly said that she fell into a cabinet. The producers covered it up and they didn't want to show the footage. She even said that someone possibly broke into her room and hit her. The fact that she was able to lie and sit there and cry those little white woman tears, that didn't sit too well with me. I didn't like that at all. I liked Heather in the beginning when this show started. Through the years, I have really seen her, who she is, and I don't like what I'm seeing.
She's a clout chaser.
I used to like Heather. I did. I was a Heather fan, and I remember me and Gallo would go back and forth all the time about it. And this season, I'm just like,
what is she doing?
How did she give you a black eye? And first of all, what the hell are you scared about? I was scared of her. Bitch, what?
Josh, they always scared of Jen. Jen is gangster, evidently.
Because Jen's that HBIC.
I'm just saying, that I was scared and I was protecting her. Protecting her from what? What would you protect her from? If that bitch gave me a black eye, but that bitch, you gave me a black eye.
Because she didn't give her a black eye.
And we finna rumble.
Let me say this. I feel Heather is what we call a compulsive liar. If you remember, because they addressed it when she was on the Housewives girls trip, and they constantly asked her about it, and she even brought it up on there that it was a cabinet, and the girls looked at her like, girl, what? The cabinet? What is this, a Madea play? So I just don't understand. I feel like now what she's doing is she's allowing the fact that Jen is locked up to go ahead and say, you know what, it's Jen. I don't believe her
and Jen's not here to defend herself.
She held on to this story, basically was saying the whole time that it was a cabinet or this and this and that. It was never Jen. It was never Jen. But now the one time that Jen's locked up, now you want to say it's Jen. Bitch, let me tell you this. You're lying. You're a compulsive liar. You're trying to use this as a storyline and you want to use it. You want empathy. I don't believe it.
And how all of a sudden did miraculously Bravo and Heather find this little visual? How did it just appear? Why? If that was the case, that would have been seen by everyone. They would have ran with that immediately. That would have been the last reunion.
So the legal to get involved with all of this, the lawyers got involved. They basically allowed Heather to use Monica as a scapegoat to now bring this out. And to your point, Trei and Gallo, she ain't here to defend herself. She's not here to say if she did or didn't. I didn't like that at all. How they allowed her to sit here and cry and come up with all of these excuses as to, oh, well, I was afraid and I didn't know what to say or to do. At some point, when the damn authorities, when the law got involved, you should have, remember.
Hey, and I'll tell you this. I'm going to tell you this right now. This is something I never spoke on. I'm going to speak on it right now. Bravocon 2022. I was there. I witnessed it.
Come on, exclusive. Come on.
Okay. Jen was staying in Heather's room at the Gansevoort in the meatpacking district. And Jen had all her stuff in there. He went to dinner. Jen wasn't trying to go to Bravocon. I went to dinner with Jen. We came back. Heather was supposed to say, hey guys, we're going up to the after party on the rooftop where everyone was, including Andy Cohen, who would not open the door or pick up any calls for Jen. Heather. Jen's bodyguard was pounding on the door. Still, Heather would not pick up. But miraculously, while we're at the party until 3 a.m. with Meredith, as well as Whitney's in there, Lisa Barlow's in there, everyone's in there. The whole Housewives franchise, every franchise was in there. And it was miraculously that Heather all of a sudden was reposting IG stories at 1 a.m. But then when we came back down at 3 a.m. to pound on the door, she still wasn't awake. And she said she slept through it all and she didn't know what happened. So if you're that good of a person, you're a friend, and you locked her out when she had her suitcases, her stuff in her room, and she changed the key to the room that Jen had. This key did not work. And we had to pick up her stuff the next day and get it out. You tell me if that's a good person. I don't know what she had going on.
She didn't want to be associated with Jen. The news was out there that Jen is crashing Bravocon. She wasn't invited because of her legal issues, so they were saying that she crashed it.
And Heather invited Jen. Heather said, come and support me.
I ain't inviting nobody that gave me a motherfucking black eye.
She didn't give a black eye.
That's his point.
That's what I'm saying. That's my point. I'm not inviting anybody who gave me a black eye. And to clearly be in my room, suitcase and all.
Suitcase and all. Everything.
And Jen had everything in there. Jen had her whole life in there. And she would not open the door and for a whole entire almost 24 hours.
But we want to thank you guys so much for watching this episode of The One Up. Gallo, the guy you know, Josh, thank you guys so much for being here. We had a lot of fun and I look forward to doing this. What happened? How do you do
They go to hers.
I look forward.
You gotta update your iPad.
Well, okay, maybe I need to do it.
It was so much fun, y'all.
This was
Trei, it was so good to meet you, Trei.
And I hope we will do this again very, very soon. We got Married to Medicine coming up, Beverly Hills coming up. So maybe we can come back together and do it again.
Yeah, and thank both of you for allowing us to be on your show.
Yes,
I appreciate it.
It's been an honor to be on here.
We winding up.
Right,
I know, right?
We wanted to dust off ourselves just a little bit. So I look forward to the next time that we can do this. Again, make sure that you guys like this video, share it on all of your social media platforms. Please make sure that you comment, let us know what you think, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And we will see you guys next time. And remember to tell yourself, I am good enough every day. Bye, guys.